problem.
Yeah.
We will be back now. So just going to go back to the perfect. Right. Okay, so we were passing by the game to directly talking about content creation. So for what we were doing, the activity that we're doing with ChatGPT, I think it's pretty interesting to go back to the answer that we got. Let's see here. We have ChatGPT. So like 10 healthy habits to change your life. Yeah, I really like the first one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, just save this image. And now I'll show you how to use Canva and the new functions of Canva directly to edit with the image generation of ChatGPT. So this is very cool, I think, and relevant for social media because now you can create almost any image that you want with the image generation of ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. But there are other tools that are worth exploring. But you can stay with me here for some time and discover this function that I think is pretty cool. And not many people know that you can do it now. So Canva has some recent updates where you can like select individual parts of the text, let's say text or image, and then in base of that, edit almost anything as you want. So I think it's a pretty cool function. So to show you how it works, I'm just going to upload a file. Let's see if we can, yeah, please add one. Let me see if this is the correct image. Hopefully it does. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm going to take the image that we just downloaded from ChatGPT. Just make it a bit bigger. It's just that it's a different size. Just gonna set it to the bottom. Okay, so now I'll just pull this so it fits. Let's say that I want to change the text because I don't like, but it's a fixed image. Like you can see, I'm clicking and I cannot do many things. So what I'll do is to go to edit. So it's going to open the settings to edit the specific image. And then I can click on, let's say that I want to change the text. So I click on text and start reading or understanding with AI, by the way, where the text is. So then I can select the text and immediately grab text and start adding here my brand, for example, font if I want to change it. Or I can also change the colors, the size. You're going to see in a minute what we're going to do. And yeah, so here you go. You have a fully editable text. So I'm just going to change it for, yeah, just a different type of text. Let's say that goes more with what I want. And so it is not like exactly looking like the other ad as well. So I can start like here using my creativity to shape it as I want. And you can do that with every single element of our image. So you just have to go back to edit and select click and then just click on top of any element that you want to change. So if you want to like click the mango, use the magic grab or use the magic eraser and delete it and change it for a different fruit or a different element. So you can just do so. Make it bigger, smaller. Like the new capabilities of Canva are pretty great. And yeah, for example, here I just can play with the mango a bit. And something that's coming very soon is Canva Code as well, so that you can actually create interactive pages or even like the games that could definitely change anything from the customer experience that you give as well. And yeah, you'll be able to create pretty cool things soon with Canva in terms of design. Okay, so we go back to our presentation, moving on to other incredible image and video generation tools. We have things like Runway and Leonardo AI. Leonardo AI, very good for free image generation, and Runway is excellent for video creations. Some other things for video creations and images that are coming up are things like ideogram, very cool for like caricature styles, and Pika. It's fantastic because it has already templates. So if you don't know what to create, you can just go to Pika, pick a template, and write what you want for your video. And there you go. Okay, a couple of things that are going to be pretty mind-blowing for you. We have Blaze first. So Blaze can read your brand voice by just like you can just copy your website, for example. It understands your product, your customers, your fonts, your colors, your image galleries, your style overall, and then it creates automatically social media across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, blog post. They automatically repurpose, let's say, every piece of content. The text though can improve. So I don't love it for the text. And the sync capabilities are a bit limited, but yeah, it's still decent to try. Then you have Opus Clip. You can just create viral clips for like these real type of videos. Like you just get as a big long video and repurpose it into smaller pieces. And the last one is HeyGen, and HeyGen is literally do everything with HeyGen because it's fabulous. We love it. It does have some ethical considerations to keep in mind on the ethical part of you. Let's say like if because it is easier to deep fake, let's say, yourself with it, so you can create a digital copy of yourself. But this, on the other hand, can be very helpful to save time. So yeah, you could just create videos in your language, but then translate it into different languages with your own voice and your own face, for example. So I have a little demo here where you can see what can be the capabilities of HeyGen. Yeah, so it also gives you the opportunity to work with avatars. So this is great for things like UCG, so user-generated content, professional presentations, onboarding. You just give it a script. You can choose different tones of voices, accents, and the type of, let's say, layout as well that you want. You can also generate text if you are not really sure what to create, and it creates automatic your script for you that your avatar will have. And yeah, it's worth exploring. Cool. So moving on. Something that we call the toolkit for smooth operations, like the song, are pretty cool things. But I'm just gonna go because we are having like just like 20 more minutes. I'm just gonna go with the more important ones. So the first one, and something that I use literally every day now, it's something that's called Google Notebook LM. So you can keep here a secure database of whatever you want, your recipes, your clients, your company, anything that you want, and then retrieve information from it. So it can help you summarize, get answers. It's perfect if you're gonna work with other people as an onboarding material. It's perfect to create content as well that is not doesn't sound generic, because you can upload that all the things that have worked before in the past, all the things that have been working for let's say competitors, things like scripts from videos that you like viral videos, for example, and then just upload them over and then ask it to create a structure of videos, but with your brand voice based on the videos that it analyzed. And it's just very, very good. Just copy that, send it to Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT, and then you're gonna have incredible content. that is tailor-made for you. The other one is a napkin AI that can create visuals with your brand. So it's just like any piece of information that you want to make digestible. You can just copy there and it creates nice visuals with your brand colors and fonts. And ManyChat, we have a video that is available on SheAI for free if you want to watch it later, that it explains to you how does it work in the flow of social media. For example, people can just comment on your posts and it responds to your posts automatically, but it also texts people and it creates an onboarding flow to guide people towards the shop. So that's nice. And to finalize, then we're going to talk about what everybody's been talking this year, which are systems that help you automate different tasks and operations to run more smoothly, and AI agents. We're going to start with the system of Gemini. Gemini is a product from Google, and something that we love from them is called Deep Research. So you can just, in this case, we ask it to find us podcasts that could be a good match for our brand. It searched, as you can see here, 955 websites. So it finds all the podcasts that we can apply, and it created personalized emails to every single one of these podcasters. And it automatically send it to documents. So Google Docs, and now it's just a matter of copying and pasting. But if you want to go a step further, you can just give this to and create an automation for this, and then you're going to have a constant outreach. So how you do the automations? Then we have Make, which is a very cool tool. It's very intuitive because it's just a drag and drop, although you do have to know how to connect APIs. APIs are keys that different tools use to communicate to each other. We are releasing soon a course in how to do this if you need some familiarization with it, but no worries, there is nothing about coding. It's just copying and pasting links, basically.
And also, Stephanie, really quick, so the course that you will be releasing, we can include that at the bottom of the recording that we will upload that so that the people who joined us here today can access that easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, a quick use case of Make in this case would be like we connected Dumpling AI. Dumpling AI search for news, for example, but this can well be perplexity, and it sends the news to ChatGPT to process what everything is going on. Then it goes back to Dumpling to create an image, because Dumpling can also create images, and it sends already a post ready for social media to Airtable. So it has relevant news, an image, and it's already scheduled for me to approve and check. And this is another example. Then after I am connected with the news, let's say that I want to start posting text instead. So I connect to the router and I train GPT on my tone that automatically creates LinkedIn posts, Twitter and Facebook post as well, based on what's going on in the news. And the last bit is AI agents. So if you want to try for free AI agents, you can go to JotForm. They release this that is very cool. You just have to upload your knowledge base. Again, please read the terms and conditions of data protection for this. And then you can access things like, for example, this user feedback manager, who you can upload just by copying and pasting to your website. Or you will have different types of assistants. For example, there is a call customer assistant. So somebody can hit call on your website, and then you have a customer service agent that sounds like a person ready to answer any call at any minute. So that could be one of the applications. And then Manos is a general AI agent that basically does anything that you want to do, but it's still pretty new. So it has potential. You can go ahead and explore it. For example, ask it to browse the internet to find you your nice holiday spot. So just to try. But yeah, it will get better eventually. Okay, so a recommendation before I leave is that a good flow, let's say, or a good process that you can follow to create a post for your brand could be to start with Google Notebook to create collections of top creators in your niche. So things like finding your like competitors or trendy content and putting everything that you can find on a Google Notebook. Then ask to analyze structure, keywords, hooks, CTAs. Then pass that, like go to the Google Notebook again and paste your website and ask it to create a content adapted or suggestions of content adapted from the structure that you already analyzed, but for your customer or brand. Then paste that to your favorite LLM like Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to create hooks, captions based on the analysis from Google Notebook. And then you can start creating content that is highly personalized to you, that is a bit more creative and non-generic. Okay, so we are SheAI. We do education, like I've explained. We have also a community, a learning community for all of you. Will be available. The intention here, like I've explaining at the beginning, is to get to know all these advances as they go. It's not only about, oh, cool, I use this tool and now I'm all served. This is going to be incredibly important for all of us to understand as we go and as this evolves. And this is why we've created a networking community. You have hiring opportunities like job posts, but also like events where you can get to know potential clients or partners and access to these materials that we are creating. We are collaborators with United Nations. So all of our certificates are certified by United Nations AI for Good initiative. And in this QR code, you can access our list of the ultimate 100 AI tools that we have tested ourselves. And that will be everything for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, and thank you so much for, your time and sharing these resources because I mean, especially like, a lot of the people who are our audience are small business owners, small creators. So having these tools and be more accessible is definitely very helpful. I know I'm saying this as a small business as well. So I hope people can really use what is on there. And also, like I mentioned earlier, we will leave a link to your guys' course when it is uploaded on YouTube so people can easily access that. I do see that we have a little bit of time. So, Stephanie, if you might be open to it, maybe we can answer some questions.
Right, that sounds good. If we have questions, then happy
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. All right. So the first question has been, or is that, what are some marketing tools you use regularly for your own marketing purposes?
So definitely something that I use is Perplexity for finding out competitors. So like, what are they doing? And I think that that's a very important part of marketing to monitor how the market is doing, so then I can adapt the messaging or I can adapt the products as well. So this is something that I always use. And I use the ChatGPT Canva combo for image now editing. It's wonderful. Like when I discovered this was like, like, wow, very good. It saves a lot of time. And something that we use a lot as well is for SEO optimization. So there are a couple of paid AI tools that I didn't mention because they are paid. But you have access also in the 100 AI tools list alternatives for that. So there are a couple of tools that are worth exploring that can read your website and give you suggestions for SEO optimization as well. So this is something that I would also recommend. And lastly, I haven't used it yet, but I am setting it up. So it's something that I will start using. It's Ad Creative, and it creates automated different versions of our ads, and it does the A/B testing by itself, and then it learns what best performs. So it starts creating more and more ads that based on the what it learns. It's from consumer behavior. So I think that's cool.
That is, that is so also kind of like in line with what we do. So we're just rolling out one of our features, which is AI optimization. So I mean, I feel like that's a whole another topic, but I love that you mentioned that just because it's so important, like especially like, going into like as even Google is rolling out Gemini and like Meta with Llama. So traditional search engines are gonna shift into using AI models. So I love that you brought this up. Definitely a bigger conversation, but thank you so much for
Yeah,
answering that. Maybe we can do two more questions. So
sure.
someone asked, how do I make sure I don't infringe on copyright when using images? I saw you said you told ChatGPT to not copy, but how do I make
Mm,
sure that I'm not going to get slapped with any legal issues?
yeah, that's a very good question. I think it's very important to, well, first, ChatGPT has been trained already with a a lot of publicly available data. So it is most likely to already have that data anyways, but that's not the point. So the point would be that try to change it as much as possible. Like the last thing that you want is to steal somebody's work. And also like I explained at the beginning, ChatGPT is very good at imitating, not really yet at creating.
Yeah.
So this is where the fun parts come. So maybe you can start using by inspo. If you don't want to use directly like the copy and paste image like I did, you don't have to. You can be very describe it a lot in detail. For example, when I put the context part of what is your vision, and you get something, and that's something that you get. You go to Canva and then you change it entirely and make it your own. So I really invite you to not use whatever output you get from these models directly, but rather change it as much as you can. Because if they are giving you an output, it means that they copy it already from somewhere else. So it's not going to be original. And that's something that we're seeing a lot in content writing, for example. We see a lot of like lack of novelty. We're losing
Yep.
novelty. So, okay, if you're afraid of a blank page, use it, but maybe you can start by instead of asking it for creation, with a Socratic method. Like, what is another way of looking at this? So, like, I want to create an ad on this, and this is my target audience. So, what are the questions that it should be asking in order to create a perfect ad? And that could be an output interesting by ChatGPT that gives you the answer that you're looking for to create something more original.
Right. And, again, I love that answer because, again, a lot of our audience is small brands and small creators. So, not only like if there is a copyright infringement, is it a monetary loss, but also a reputational one. So, I think like what you said is so true. Maybe use ChatGPT as a foundation. And something I love doing is I'll think of a caption and I'll write it out, however it is in my head. And then I'll put it into ChatGPT and ask it to make it a better flow so that it is more engaging or maybe like, more fun, depending on what the content is. So yeah, like use ChatGPT or any other AI tools to enhance your creativity. Um, I think like that is probably the best way to go about it. Um,
Yeah.
okay, we'll do maybe one more question and then just see how much time we have. Um, okay, the second one says, I feel scared to use tools because I'm scared to use something. Oh, I think what they're trying to say is that they're basically scared to use some tools and like provide their own data, such as like their images and information
Yeah.
so that AI doesn't recreate it. That's my understanding. So how
Yeah.
I know you t went over it, but maybe we can briefly like touch on like how to be safe and like not get an AI version of ourselves.
Oh, well, I think if you have social media, you're already at that risk, I'm afraid.
That is
There is little we can do. This is why it's important, not only at a personal level to be mindful of how we use these tools, but also at a policy-making level. There is a present need for AI governance. Like we need boundaries because if we don't put it, like if governments don't put it, like these companies are just going to do whatever they want. So this is something that great that you're asking these questions because we need advocates. Like we need more people to say like this is odd. Like somebody having my voice, my face. Like this is like I don't know about that, and that's totally fine. So first, the tools, depending on, for example, HeyGen, that uses your image and voice if you want, because you can also, remember, you can also use an avatar that is not a real person. Um, they have encrypted data. So basically they don't use, or this is what they say, they don't use your image or your voice to train any model. They don't sell that data. It's encrypted and only for your use. But I mean, these policies go as long as the company makes it go. It still can be a hacker that pulls the data at some point. Another thing that I would recommend maybe to be a little bit more safe from these things would be to use things like Google LM. So instead of providing images or providing information to ChatGPT that you does use your data to train their models, and they are very clear about that they take your data. Everything that you put to ChatGPT is going to appear in another conversation in another country as a response to somebody else, you know? So yeah, it does that. However, Google Notebook LM, it's private. They don't use it to train any model. They use a different type of technology. It's not generative AI, so it doesn't generate things. It just retrieves information. So that's a different type of AI. And that is great because it's more accurate and way more secure and private. So this is why I recommended Google Notebook LM.
Yeah, what a great answer. I mean, this was a pretty heavy question too. I think it is on a lot of people's minds. So that's also why I was like, maybe like, let's address it because obviously like there are governments like looking into AI governance, also companies. Obviously this all of this has happened so fast. So like there's always going to be pros and cons. So yeah, like great conversation around this. Like Stephanie, thank you so much for also like giving an alternative and explaining a little bit how these tools work. This was such a great workshop. And thank you to everyone who joined in. I apologize about the technical difficulty in between, but again, like Stephanie, the information that you provided was so valuable. And thank you again for joining us.
Thank a lot, everyone. Thank you also to the khaa-lo community, which is a wonderful community as well, supporting these small indie brands. And I think that's the idea. That's what we want. And this is the future that we're heading. We're heading towards the future with a lot of innovation and entrepreneurship. And it's the time right now to learn these things. So great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right.